No one can tell me that if had been a group of Black Lives Matter protesting yesterday, they wouldn't have been treated very, very differently than the mob of thugs that stormed the Capitol.
President-elect Joe Biden today denouncing yesterday's treatment of the pro-Trump mob by law enforcement. It's something local leaders are pointing out as well. The contrast in how law enforcement handled riots at our nation's capital yesterday and Black Lives Matter protests. On your side's Dawn White has more from those leaders about the differences and what they believe needs to be done going forward.
USA! 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 What we saw yesterday was anarchy in action. Law enforcement in D.C. allowed a violent, armed, white mob, a self-appointed group of white insurrectionists, anarchists, and rebels to march around inside the Capitol.
Ben Frazier is the president and founder of the Northside Coalition, an advocacy and civil rights organization. He points to what he calls major differences in police response at the Capitol versus Black Lives Matter marches.
Most of the BLM protests were peaceful events met with massive police presence and officers dressed in riot gear. By comparison, the white mob at the Capitol faced comparatively little resistance from the police.
Georgia Congressman Buddy Carter believes destruction of property isn't right on either side.
We do need to look at social injustice in this country. It does need to be addressed, but you can't associate it with the destruction and the rioting that went on in these major metropolitan areas this summer.
Frazier says these two differing images can give us some perspective on where we are and where we need to go from here.
Hatred must end in this country. So surely, while Black Lives Matter, I suggest to you today that what the world needs now is love.
Dawn White, First Coast News, on your side.